Hello and welcome to PS Best Friends, episode 52 for the week of May 15th, 2018. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week we go over Sony's E3 teased announcements, Walmart leaks a bunch of new titles that'll probably be announced, and we celebrate our 1 year anniversary with our very special guest with us this week, Kyle Stephenson.
Whoop whoop!
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Congrats on 1 year. That's crazy. That's a huge accomplishment.
It's kind of crazy looking back.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been listening to Jeffrey complain about Destiny for years. It's only been one.
Yeah, I can get that because I listened as well. So I'm also kind of tired of the Destiny complaining. Shots fired.
Well, I mean, good. We have not much Destiny to talk about this week.
No, thank God.
As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Of course, we couldn't bring you all the weekly goods without Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up, ladies? How you guys doing?
And the Brooklyn bad boy, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
So we just got off, we tried testing a stream of Fortnite. It was
on Facebook.
On Facebook,
this website all the kids are using these days.
And it's an absolute nightmare. If anyone is an expert at figuring out how to set a Facebook stream up, let me know, because it's a total nightmare with OBS.
We tried to do that in the Kind of Wrestling Facebook group, and it did not go well. It was very confusing.
It's because you have to stream. You have to start the stream, and then you have to preview it in Facebook, and then you have to start the stream from Facebook. It's very weird.
Yeah, too many steps.
But yeah, we were playing Fortnite, and it's so interesting how different that game is when you play it solo versus when you play with squads.
Absolutely.
So you guys played as Thanos yet?
No, I played a bunch of the mode. I haven't gotten around to playing Thanos, and I played a bunch of games, like at least a couple dozen.
That speaks to how good you are at the game.
I'm
just kidding. I mean, I'm just kidding. It is very circumstantial if you get the gauntlet.
It's randomly placed on the map, like it's.
Yeah, but you can kill him and take it. Tay got it. She got a couple kills and then.
From killing Thanos.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
and
cool.
She killed Thanos and she's freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
I remember that when that happened. Yeah, we were playing Wirelands.
Yeah.
I haven't, just because I haven't played much. I played like 2 matches on it, so.
So this week played a good amount. Started with Destiny, but let me just, because you mentioned Wildlands, played Far Cry 5 finally. You guys have been talking about it for a minute now. That's a weird game. I don't really get it.
The more I sit on it, the lower the score drops for me.
Why don't you get it?
Why it's like so narratively whack, I guess to say. Like it's like it builds this whole cult and this whole like church and like savior and salvation, but it's the cult is never even like really described. It's like what do they stand for? Like do they hate a certain type of people?
Like, are they worshiping the same God that like Christians worship, or they say God, but you don't know what God they're worshiping?
They talk about morality. It's like, what morality do you get? Like, what do you guys like want? What do you stand for? So I'm very confused as to what their goal is.
Spoilers: you're not going to get an answer to that question.
Fun. And then,
do you like the opening scene? Because that's the best part, in my opinion.
It was cool, but it was just like I was so confused because I'm like, I got it. They're a violent cult, but like. What's their like description? Like
motive. Yeah, I'm only a few hours in myself, but that opening scene was really cool, and it set the scene pretty as much as I thought it was going to be, like the type of game it was going to be going forward. But then right after that, I was on my co-host of my other podcast. He said like it really gets off the rails and it doesn't stick with that type of intensity. And I was like, that's super disappointing.
The only region I really enjoy, and I said this in the past too, is I told Jeff, if you plan on beating this game, do John's region first, get it out of the way. It is boring. It feels like you're treading water the entire time you're in that region. If you're the type of person that's going to play this for a little bit and then kind of get tired of it and get rid of it, rent it or sell it or whatever, just go straight through Jacob's region, because Jacob's region is by far the best story-wise and gameplay-wise, I think.
I walked into Jacob's region first under your recommendation, and within the first 30 minutes, the first place I got to was Jacob's compound, which my brother Billy walked in. He's like, This is like the last thing in the game.
Well, you can go there at any point. It's just not going to trigger the story.
I felt like I was going to Ganon's castle, you know, in Breath of the Wild.
I heard the sisters region's pretty cool too.
I hated that part.
Okay.
I'm stuck there.
It's
I
cool
just stopped.
because
I'm like, nope,
it changes the gameplay because you get high on the bliss.
You're high
So
all
in
the
that
time.
sense,
That's
it's cool. It is kind of abused out, like in certain areas.
Gotcha.
But
what is that, like rage mode, kind of?
No,
it just
it
makes
makes
everything blurry.
It's like
dude.
when you get high
sucks.
in the last 2.
My
Far
head
Cry
started
games.
to hurt. That's how bad it was.
There's a lot of sparkly stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
So annoying.
What are the benefits of that?
Nothing. They
Nothing.
drug you. Like you get drugged, or like
So
it's
your
like-
screen
okay.
is
yeah, no,
is
it's not like
blurry
it's not
and-
like the craftables. Like it's not that.
I was thinking like you take like medicine or something. But yeah, I'm gonna still play that. Give that more of a chance. Because I feel like some of the things like in the environment look like they're cool, and I feel like I could have fun with it. You know.
My problem was the gameplay didn't feel right to me. I've said this before. Aiming in that game. Why do I need to unlock a perk to reduce gun sway when I'm ADSing? It doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of
So hard
bobbing
to
around.
aim for no reason. Like I was playing Wildlands today, and I aimed down scope, and I was like, "Hey, look at this." I was like, "This is the game that's supposed to be more realistic." But Far Cry went for realism, so it's impossible to aim. It makes no sense to me. Speaking of Wildlands, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys speak about Ghost War, I guess. You guys
Yeah,
have been
Miguel and I have been playing
that.
a lot of Ghost War.
So what's the attraction? I'm a regular gamer. I heard Division came out in 2016 or last year, actually, right?
Division?
Or 2 years ago.
You talking about Wildlands?
Wildlands. I say
Came out last
Division.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Division.
Sorry, Wildlands. And now you guys are all about this Ghost War mode. What is it? What's
Yeah,
the pitch?
PvP.
It feels like
That's
it
PvP
feels
mode.
like SOCOM to me. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
If you like SOCOM and you miss it, it's the closest you're gonna get to SOCOM, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is this the Sam Fisher special mode?
No, that's
No. That's in the
just
campaign.
yeah, it's like a DLC mission
yeah.
for the story.
This is the actual PvP mode.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
4v4.
BB4.
So now owners of Wildlands, do they have to purchase this, or how does that work?
Nope, it's a free
It's free.
add-on for it.
Or you
if
could buy it
owned the
separately. I
season
think it's $20
pass-
bucks.
Oh, they are selling it separately. I know they were
Like
doing
standalone.
that.
Yeah, they're
for
selling
the
it separate.
Final Fantasy Comrades. I knew they were doing that. I didn't realize they were selling Ghost War separately. So that's cool. Yeah, if you owned Wildlands previously, you get Ghost War. If you owned the season pass previously, you're going to get all the year one like extra classes unlocked automatically. And then season 2, they're starting to dribble those out now too. But I love it. I'm hooked on it. What have you been playing, Kyle?
Well, I just got through and I platinum God of War last
Nice.
week.
Ooh,
Nice,
nice.
congrats, bro.
What was your
And-
last trophy?
What was my last one?
Yeah.
The stupid fucking Ravens.
Nice.
Why people are hating on the Ravens? They're so
Well,
easy
the
to
reason
get.
why I hate on them because I had one left.
Yeah.
Tedious.
And I couldn't find it on the map, like where you can kind of see how many of each Raven in each region. I couldn't find it. It was on the one where if you go too past over this island, you'll never get the pop up window. So it's like,
Oh,
is there a
that's so
glitch?
stupid.
Can I never get this trophy? I was mad, but like after I got the platinum, I love that game so freaking much that it was hard for me to be like, what game can I play now after that?
That's kind of why I just went back to Wildlands, because it's like I didn't want to play anything new.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
let
why
me
I
just-
started playing Far Cry 5 again. I was
Yeah.
like, let me just shoot around for a little bit. But
God
even
of
then, it's like a
War-
letdown.
Yeah, God of War is the game I'm going to platinum. Mm-hmm. Like I'm
Same
gonna
here.
get to it. I want to take a little break from it because I beat it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to overdo it.
Yep.
Because
Definitely spread that.
I got
Because
through
like
to
now I'm
the
never going to go back to it.
Yeah, I got through the final, like up to the final challenge in Muspelheim, which is sort of maybe a spoiler if people haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so I got up to that, and then I was like, this is too hard. I need to go grind and like get better armor. So I put a pin in it and was very satisfied where I left it, and excited to get back to it when
Yeah.
I'm in the mood.
And now that photo mode is in the game, I kind of want to
Yeah.
go
That
back
too.
and mess around with that.
I
'Cause
think I'm going to do that playthrough.
I loved photo mode in Horizon. I spent way too much time in
Yeah.
that. So to have it in God of War and to see Kratos like smile, I find that
Yeah,
really
it's,
funny.
so it's similar to Horizon where you can change his expressions and stuff. Right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
One of my best photo mode experiences was Lost Legacy. Because
That's
that
a good
game
one,
just
too.
looks so beautiful, and I was just getting like
Yeah, I had a lot of
elephants and the
I had a lot of good photos from Uncharted 4, which is
Yeah.
the same mode. So.
yeah. That was added after though, right? What was the first game with photo mode? Was it like I think it was like Second Son or something weird?
Second
Last
Son
of Us
definitely did have
Remastered
one.
had it. I don't know if it was the first
Yes,
one.
it did.
But it did have it.
Yeah, I guess 2014 really. Or did it come out in patches later?
They might have added it to Last of Us at the same time as
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a really cool feature that, like... I mean, it started back in, like, Smash Bros. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, with the freezing of during the
you
battle.
You hit pause and you can move around the camera, and then in Brawl they added you could actually snapshot that. So
write that down to your SD
books. Yeah, right. You had 100 blocks, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about blocks right now. In the Nintendo storage system.
Oh my god.
But,
so yeah, we got a lot to talk about this league. Let's jump right into it.
Well, hold on. Lastly, because I want to say this last, I was waiting for if anyone else had things. Bungie, I know everyone has been waiting for my impressions on Warminds. I know you have been.
Oh, you haven't talked about it on the podcast, actually. You said it.
You
did a separate thing for it.
Kyle, should we allow it?
It's your anniversary,
I'll make it quick.
Someone start a timer or something.
You got 10 seconds, bro.
I'll give you 30 seconds. Hold on.
I'm not getting. I'll just keep it short. The campaign's really cool. Narratively, they have so much to work on. It really makes no sense how, like, the writing. Some of the writing is so bad that it's like, did kids write this?
What's new?
I know, right? I mean, and also they've been working on this for a year now, which is interesting. Vicarious Visions have been, which is also even the most interesting thing. This wasn't developed by Bungie. Bungie right now, get the timer down. Bungie is working on the next DLC in September. So this was really all handled by Vicarious Visions.
Anthony, mute him.
The guys who did the PC port, who help on some ports for Call of Duty. Who made Guitar Hero. So it's, I mean, and they did a great job, I think. I think they're, like, listening and building upon that game better than Bungie is right now. But, yeah, I mean, the situation with Destiny is Destiny 2, it's better. Warmind definitely made the game better. I haven't played the raid yet, so I don't know.
I told you, add 6v6 permanently to PvP, and you got me in at least once a week.
Get people in.
They have fixed that with Crucible now. It will not mix you up with groups of people. So if you're solo queuing, you'll play with all solo queuers, which is...
I'll give it a shot.
A good addition.
Hey, Jeffrey, where can people find your review?
You could find a very early raw-ass impression video on YouTube.com. You hit enter on that, and then you go to the search bar, and then you search PS Best Friends.
Please go subscribe to us so we can get a custom URL.
Yeah, still.
Should I talk about Call of Duty or? Because I played a bunch, but I'm not gonna.
You know what? If we're bringing up Call of Duty, we'll talk about the new one, and they just released the zombie teaser. But that's not time for discussing zombie teasers because it is time for the Island Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 6 items on the list.
A captain's count.
First up, we have from PlayStation Blog this new intern writer, I guess, Sean Layden.
Yeah, he's new. He just started like last week or something. Yeah. Never heard of him, but you know.
I think he took over the last intern.
Come on.
Yeah, I think he took over Clements. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Sony has announced its E3 showcase will take place at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on July 11th. This year, June 11th. Yeah, sorry. This year, 4 of Sony's own titles will be featured prominently in the show, with Sean Layden, chairman of Worldwide Studios, saying that we'll get a deeper dive with the big 4 in quotes: Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and Last of Us Part 2. Sony's conference will have stellar announcements from third-party publishers and independent developers as well.
What do you mean Big 4 and then Days Gone's not in it? Do they not care about this game? Why aren't you talking about Days Gone? Why are you letting us find out in a fucking Game Informer ad?
I think it's not in there because of the Game Informer reveal and where it's getting it so quick. So they're going to focus on the things that we probably need more information on, especially with I think there's first hour of Days Gone is coming up soon, I think, on the video for Game Informer.
I think there's like 40, they usually say 40-something minutes already.
Okay, yeah.
I could see them on E3 coming out with a highlight reel for the game and having a date at the end. Like it's coming in December or something like that.
I think it's going to be like February, March, like Horizon slot.
Yep.
So my problem is, I agree with that, but these other 3 games, let's say, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us Part 2, those aren't coming this year.
No,
they're not.
No way.
Who said that?
So what I'm saying
why
is
are they
Days
focusing
Gone.
on it?
Why are they focusing on games that are way farther out? Show me Days Gone.
What have they done for the last 3 years?
Yeah, they always
showed off
they
games that were imminent.
What have they done for the last 3 years?
Detroit's coming out in a month or end of the month.
What have they done in the last 3 years?
Sony,
Read between the lines.
Nintendo are the guys who say these are all these games are showing. They're coming out very soon. Yeah. Sony's like,
dude, Death Stranding. I'm telling you, there's wireframes for Death Stranding. There's no way this game's coming out.
That's another question I was going to bring.
I don't know.
Do we see gameplay for any besides Spider-Man? Do we see gameplay for 3 of these?
I could see Last of Us, and I could definitely Ghost of Tsushima. I think that game has been in development for quite a while.
From all 3.
Not Death Stranding.
But they're not gonna be part of the game when the game comes out. It's gonna be like a demo,
like a vertical slice.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I can totally see gameplay from all of these games, because I think the reason they bring them out this year is because next year is gonna be the PS5. It's gonna be all about the PS5 at next year's E3.
And that's another thing that he said too, that there was gonna be no hardware announcements in this year.
Yeah, it's all.
That's another big story that said, but I guess because just people were expecting an announcement for PS5.
Yeah,
I think that's why.
I think the game we see the most gameplay of out of the 3 that we're unsure about. Okay, so what I'm saying is exclude Spider-Man. We know that's coming out in a couple months. Out of the other 3, I think the one we see the most gameplay for is Ghost of Tsushima.
Right?
Because like I said, that's been in development for a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's a game that really has to prove itself. You know, like
it's a new IP,
Last of Us, that's tied to the thing. Death Stranding, Kojima, Ghost of Tsushima, like what type of game is that?
People are gonna buy Death Stranding without even owning a PS4 just because they want to worship Kojima.
Yeah, I mean, he sold PS4. He sold PS3s.
Dude, I bought a PS3 for Metal Gear Solid 4.
I did too.
So I don't know why I was originally confused if this was going to be a digital presentation or not. It seems like it's 100% going to be a physical thing. I think I was only confused. I think I saw someone tweet about it. Yeah, and I was confused. Like I thought it was going to be like a Nintendo.
Like a Treehouse?
I saw someone post that and I was confused at the time, but
what I heard was more that people were disappointed just because it wasn't going to be like a actual conference. It's going to be more like PSX. That's what people
stopped doing that forever.
Here's why I was at first disappointed. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of being surprised, so I'm totally fine if they're going to show off these 4 games. Well, Spider-Man, I kind of knew whatever it's coming out this year.
Right. They're just it's kind of its last.
I would have I like not knowing heading into the conferences
what they're gonna show.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I'm a little disappointed on it. But I like how they also threw in their announcements from third party and indie. So that gives.
I think we're gonna get a bunch of surprises.
Yeah, that gives you more hope for a hopefully big update on FF7 remake.
I felt you were going that way.
No, and hopefully...
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 gets pushed really hard.
I think that's the Square Enix conference. I think that's where that will be.
Yep. Okay, that's fair. They
might have something in there.
I can't remember. Was the Final Fantasy VII Remake confirmed exclusive for PlayStation?
It's console exclusive. I mean, for a period of time. I think it's like a time.
Okay, so then maybe that. Yeah, you're right. Then maybe that's at Sony, and then
I
Square
also
Enix
think
is all.
I mean, that game's not coming out for a long.
They can show it twice.
No,
they can show it twice. By the way, that happens a lot.
Yeah,
you know, an EA game being shown at EA and Xbox.
I'm also hoping for a Rocksteady for them to come out and say. And
that'd be great. That would be Xbox's one big thing. By the way. I don't.
Please don't.
No, it wouldn't be exclusive.
That's going to be Anthem.
They would have some. Yeah, they would just.
That's going to be Anthem for Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Like how Assassin's Creed did.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, I guess this is just kind of turning sort of into E3 predictions-ish. Okay. Not our official predictions, but we're kind of riffing on it right now.
Not official.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to spend way too much time talking about H1Z1 on stage because they want to try and combat PUBG.
Time out. They're not going to be talking at all on stage. For the past 2 years, they've just been doing an hour of trailers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying they're gonna show H1Z1, and it's gonna be
I'm sure it's gonna be there in the highlight reel, but they're not gonna be talking about it too much. Yeah. The game's gonna be already out by the time.
I'm just saying. I think they want to push it to kind of go against like this is our PUBG, you know.
I could see that as a pre-show thing, or even like
pre-show. Yeah, because it's the presentation, not a conference. So yeah, pre-show. I definitely think so.
They keep that showcase tight, like to an hour. I wish they went longer because those.
I mean, last year wasn't it like an hour and a half?
I think it was like
the last couple
years.
Hour and PSX was the one that was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it runs like up to 50 to an hour 10 usually.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But we'll have to see. I'm very excited.
I'm including the pre-show. That's why.
Speaking of possible E3 things, from IGN by Evan Campbell, Just Cause 4, Gears of War 5, and a new Splinter Cell game are among a group of unannounced games that a major retailer, Walmart, has listed online. It's important to note these could just serve as placeholders instead of outing possible E3 2018 surprises, but Walmart Canada, spotted by Wario64, of course, has posted pages for games like Rage 2, Lego DC Villains, and Borderlands 3. And then the most important thing we will get into right now, kind of outing its credibility, is there's a game also called Forza Horizons 5.
5, yeah, I saw that.
So what do you guys take of this list? Oh, and also addendum, Bethesda did have like a cheeky tweet.
They've been
like
teasing
making
it too.
a joke about Rage 2. It's like, oh, this is fake, and like making markups on the picture and stuff. Yes,
First of all, does Wario 64 sleep? Like,
okay, he must be
He's a
several
different time
people.
code than
Honestly,
us.
it makes no sense. It makes
zone.
no sense how he exists. He is up at every moment, and how does he get everything first? Is he refreshing every?
He's got to
day?
have like
usually not
interns or
first,
something.
dude.
He's got to have interns.
I mean,
He's usually not first.
Yeah, the other thing that kind of makes me think, not to put too much stock in this, it also had the Destiny Comet placeholder.
Yeah, it's just
Which I would be strange if we see that, unless the Comet is what this past DLC
I thought Comet was taking King.
Yeah.
yeah. This right now, this September should be called Comet 2.
Okay,
but still, they would
here.
never use the Comet as the name of the DLC. It was a code name. You know?
Let's go through some games real quick. You tell me if they're gonna be announced. If you guys think it's gonna be announced or not.
Shoot it.
All right. Just Cause 4.
Maybe. Yes. I'll go yes. Sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Okay.
I can see it at Square Enix.
Okay.
Yeah, just because like that's why they're having a conference. Maybe
Right,
having
right,
multiple
right,
big
right.
games.
Yep. Gears of War 5.
No, because
Yeah.
Halo 6 would come first.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
The new Splinter Cell, whatever it's called.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, they've been.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
said that a while ago. Yep.
The
I think
hype
so.
with the whole Wildlands is
Yep.
so.
Okay.
I even said before that I thought they would do a Splinter Cell.
Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Yep.
At least I want it. I want it so bad.
But I think Borderlands 3 is going to be like a logo. It's not
Just
gonna
a
be
logo?
anything. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be
No
anything.
gameplay, no nothing.
No. It's just going to be the official announcement, like when Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced, where it's like, here's a logo, we're working on it. I think that's going to be
Or maybe a
good.
teaser trailer
would
with
suck,
like a
dude.
cool song.
It
like,
would.
akin
It's
to
been a while
Rage.
since we've had a
Oh yeah,
Borderlands
it's
game.
been a long
The
while.
sequel is what, 13? I think.
Yeah.
13
It
is
was,
yeah.
Because I didn't get it because it was the year what's it called came out, the new system.
Yep.
Lego DC Villains. I mean, that's
Suppose
been
The name sounds
Yeah,
kind of fake,
supposedly
but I
that's
can
been
just see
rumored.
another
yeah, that's
DC Lego
been
game.
like rumor for a while. They've been working on it.
Yeah, and there's a new Lego
And-
game every year, so.
Yeah, and Rage 2, which is
I don't know who's
surprising
asking
one in
for
my
that.
opinion.
Yeah, I don't know who's asking for it.
I would like it. Funny story about the first Rage. I bought that game 4 separate times to play
Really?
on my PlayStation 3, and every single copy never worked.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know what if it was my PS3 and it was like on its.
Jeff has the same issue with
Deathbed?
Black Ops 3 where he
Oh, it
keeps...
like broke my system. my new PS4 Slim still makes random beeping noises.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
funny that we realized it wasn't his original PS4 that he got rid of. It was the disc.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, last thing on this, I don't know. Yes, of course, a lot of the games seem like no-brainers, but just that they're associated
especially-
with fake games.
Especially Horizon. What's the?
Just skipping 4.
Forza Horizons
Yeah,
5.
That one's
what are you
definitely
talking
coming out.
about? Like,
It's a time jump. You've never heard of a time jump before?
people are saying it's because there are 2 Horizons.
I'll stop
So
it.
that's
Just
4
go
and 5.
next.
From Game Industry by Christopher Dring, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and other different AAA single-player games cost $75 million to $100 million to make, and that's production only. It's close to $35 million on the promotion. Anafasi said in an interview with GameIndustry.biz on the subject of single-player games and industry trends. Quote, so there's definitely a pressure. We cannot avoid it, but at the same time, for us to have these incubation projects and to try small things, that gives us the opportunity to test, prepare, and secure some stuff and remove some risk.
My first question is: this game gonna make the money back?
I don't think so.
Shadow?
Maybe because it's simultaneous this time for consoles. Maybe. Because who knows what Rise would have looked like if it was on PS4 at launch as well. So maybe. I
would have bought it when I would have put my money down when the game came out. Let's just
Well,
say,
it's-
on both equations.
Well, you did
Are
buy
you
it
guys
at the launch of the PlayStation
surprised by these numbers that it cost near $100 million to
I
make?
mean, look at Rise
single-
of the Tomb Raider. That game looks like it costs a lot of money. So
Yeah. I think what's a little bit more surprising about those numbers, it's the $35 million for promotion.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is more surprising than the cost of actually making it.
I think that just goes with inflation on just all advertising, especially online advertising is insane.
Very true.
It's insane.
But yeah, I mean, and then this goes to really what the reason these PlayStation can keep doing these high-profile single-player AAA games is because they're making more money in selling the consoles. So now it's Square Enix, a third-party guy, being like, "We're not making any console money. We don't care if people are buying a console. We want people to buy the game."
Right? Yeah, they have other income sources in that.
So this kind of gives more background, I guess, on why EA and people are doing these loot box heavy things while the first parties are staying away from it.
Mm-hmm. Well, PlayStation at least. Microsoft did a lot of loot boxes in a lot of their most recent games.
Yeah, just
Forza. They did.
I guess Nintendo isn't. Next up, the Square Enix E3 Showcase 2018 will be pre-recorded, and the stream will start at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on June 11th. While the company isn't detailing what will be part of the event, it's promising on Twitter that viewers will, quote, discover the exciting future of Square Enix.
So I'm going to be at work while this is
interesting.
What are we going to see here? Other than Shadow.
Tomb Raider, possibly Final Fantasy. I say 100% Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
We mentioned before Just Cause.
Oh, no, they dropped that.
Ooh, Just Cause, if it comes out.
This is where they would show Just Cause, yeah.
Separate question, not related to Square Enix. Who is now they're publishing partners with IO?
Hitman, you're saying?
Yeah.
Warner,
there was...
I thought...
It was a couple weeks ago.
Episodes ago. Yeah,
they partnered with someone for distribution, but they're developing.
Was it Warner?
Yeah.
So okay. So so not at the Square Enix.
It won't be. Yeah, don't expect that.
I could see like another like weird Final Fantasy offshoot game, like not a numbered one.
The World Ends With You for Switch. They could show that.
Yep. That absolutely actually.
That's a game they're working on.
Are we gonna see Final Fantasy VII remastered at all?
A remake? I don't.
Or that whatever it's called.
That'd be.
I kind of don't want to.
Or are they gonna
I think since this is before PlayStation's event, I think the Final Fantasy thing will be during PlayStation, so I don't think we'll see it here.
Good call.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what other things Square Enix does. What other games they have?
Well, Deus Ex is done, right? They're shelving that for now.
That's done.
So because Eidos is making Tomb Raider, so it's not gonna. The studio that's making that made Deus Ex is now
they're
doing
working
Tomb
on
Raider.
that. Imagine.
I could see another Go game.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hitman Go 2, maybe.
No, but they probably do Tomb Raider Go too, if anything.
Well, they already did Lara Croft Go.
Another one, I'm saying. They have.
Oh, they don't own the Hitman licensing.
Yeah,
they don't.
They already have Hitman though. They have Hitman, Deus Ex, and Tomb Raider.
Final Fantasy Go.
Right, they could. Jumping back to loot box talk, despite gambling regulators clamping down on loot boxes in video games, EA CEO Andrew Wilson insists that the publisher does not consider the likes of FIFA Ultimate Team packages gambling. Quote, "We don't believe that FIFA Ultimate Team or loot boxes are gambling," he said during an investor call. Firstly, players always received a specified number of items in each FIFA Ultimate Team pack. And secondly, yeah. Sounds funny.
That's like the people that actually play it call it FUT.
And secondly, we don't provide or authorize any way to cash out or sell items or virtual currency for real money. I mean, no surprise.
So
he wouldn't consider it gambling.
He said, I agree with him, but that doesn't mean I like it. You know.
I mean, they were forced to take stuff like this out of Star Wars.
Well, that's because
that was like gameplay.
It was egregious, yeah. I mean, it is kind of gameplay with still gameplay FIFA because you get better players.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm on the side of this is gambling.
Yeah.
Because you're paying money for something, and what if you get shit? You took a gamble on spending your real money to get something.
You're
always getting something in return. It's not like you pay money to get nothing back. Whether it's good or bad, that's kind of irrelevant, is what he's saying. And so from a legal standpoint, I agree with him, but I just think that loot boxes in general are bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they change it to cosmetics only, would people be okay with that? With FIFA?
What cosmetics do you need in FIFA?
Shoes, I don't know, dude.
Uniforms,
put all the customization
cosmetics are in
loot
FUT
boxes
packs too, by the way.
We've talked about loot boxes. Funny story, if you search on YouTube, PS Best Friends, the first result is microtransactions. It says PS Best Friends, microtransactions. I guess I put that on enough YouTube tags. Next up, staying with EA, the upcoming Battlefield V, or the next Battlefield, we still don't know the name yet.
Bad Company 3, hopefully.
Bad Company, yeah, that's a rumor as well. Will include a, quote, compelling single-player story, seemingly pointing to a continuation of the campaign style introduced in Battlefield 1. As part of the latest earnings report, once again from the same thing, EA CEO Andrew Wilson described the upcoming game, quote, with our next Battlefield game, the team at DICE is bringing the intensity of combat to life in new and unexpected ways. Every battle is unique, and every mode brings its own challenges. From the way you interact with the environment around you to compelling single-player stories to the next level of large-scale multiplayer that spans across multiple maps and modes.
That's like literally the description of Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I highlighted, stressed some words. I feel like a couple of those could be hinting, of course, to the rumored Battle Royale modes. Every battle's unique. I guess, honestly, you could say that about any type of game.
And then they even go on to say, on May 23rd, Battlefield will never be the same, so they're teasing the announcement of the actual game. I don't think it's going to be Bad Company 3, because they wouldn't have did this Battlefield 5 crap.
Yeah.
They haven't said it's 5.
They haven't said that, yeah.
I thought the Battlefield, Roman numeral 5 was confirmed.
Rumor.
It's just a placeholder.
So why are we even calling it that? Just say Battlefield 5.
Because it was a placeholder in one of the calls. But they weren't calling it
it's going to be World War II and no one's going to want it. People will play it, but
I hope it's not World War II. Because we already have it in World War I.
Just saying, don't get your hopes up.
But it's so annoying.
But yeah, and that's about all the stories. I think, and next week also is going to be the Call of Duty announcement, so we'll have that as well.
We're going to have a bunch of announcements next week, I think.
Yeah,
when's the Call of Duty announcement? What date?
It's the 17th.
17th. It feels like when you hear Christmas music before Thanksgiving. Or
I love this time.
We're getting gaming news a month before E3.
Early, exactly. Because I was thinking the other week we didn't really have a lot of stories, and I was like, E3's coming because we don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, free E3
except for leaks. All we have to talk about is leaks.
Wait, this is the leak time, where all comes out. But yeah, we'll keep on giving you that news on games
and the Black Ops 4 thing, real quick, because they released the image of the zombie. I guess just
that has a lot of cool Easter egg stuff.
Yeah, and zombie one of the YouTuber guys spent 8 hours on stream.
Oh, I tuned in on that. That was great. Were you scrubbing at all?
No, dude. I
just analyzing a picture.
Shout out to Mr. Raffle Waffles.
There we go, that guy.
One of my favorite
big zombie streamer.
So I guess I tuned someone condensed it to a short 10-minute video, which was good. And it's pretty much, I guess, he found, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he found a bunch of information about it. It could be a guy from that had some infection in the face or something. They had to use a cover. I don't remember.
We ran pretty quick on the news. Do you want to run through the zombie thing real quick, Jeff?
Yeah. So what it seems like it's going to be is they're going to double down on the ending of the last map, Revelations, and it's going to be
remind me of that because I remember.
It turns out it was a whole loop thing because they had the blood from Mob of the Dead, whatever. And then they go back to who they originally were, which are Templars from the 1300s, and they save this village. So based on some findings in this, it seems like it's going to be around that time period, which would be very cool. I don't know how that would work.
It's a game, so I mean.
Yeah, a bunch of the phrase used on that poster is a connection to some of the marketing for Revelations as well. It's just all really cool, and they released it on a day that is important in zombie lore, May 9th. It was all really cool stuff. No actual gameplay stuff, but if they're zombie Easter egg lore fans, this is a cool, exciting beginning of a trail, I guess.
Here,
but, what do you got?
You know what I want from zombies? What Treyga should do for a player like myself? If you want to have all this fucking finding water and finding all this stuff to turn the power on, it's cool. But have a mode for the easy guys, for myself. They just want to jump in, turn the fucking power on, get a couple weapons, and just try to last to 100.
I mean, they've actually been doing that. With Black Ops 3 came with the Giant, which was pretty much that type of map.
They haven't doing that because they actually just remastered the map that they had before and just put it on Black Ops 3.
You saying it's great,
but I'm saying like whatever they're gonna do for 4,
a new
like have at least
map.
one map, just classic, dude, just regular, dude. I don't want to do all this stuff to turn stuff on and just like I just want to play.
Wish there was like a
zombies and
streamlined
jump in,
mode where it's like I just want to play survival. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I mean, they tried that in Black Ops 2. It wasn't the biggest hit, but they could. Black Ops 3 definitely wasn't the most accessible zombies experience.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Especially Shadows of Evil. It starts off.
That's the one with the bucket, right?
No, that's
they had to collect
that's
water or
Setsuko
something.
Noshima, which I don't know why you play that one. That's like the 3rd DLC one.
I've never touched the zombies in Call of Duty.
Ooh,
Not even the original one?
Never.
The original one's great. It's amazing. It's the best one.
It is so good. But it's not time to play zombies. Fuck, that's the first one. Goddamn. Here are the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends for the week of May 15th, 2018. First up, we have Adam... I don't know. We still haven't figured out what song we're doing.
Yeah, we gotta figure something
It's been a year. First up, Animal Super Squad, PS4 digital. The picture's a chicken in a toilet.
A
Semblance, yeah, right. A Semblance Oversight, PS4 digital.
I have no clue what this is. All right.
Azure Reflections, PS4 digital. Dragon's Crown Pro, PS4 digital retail. Remember, you can transfer over your Dragon's Crown Vita save to this version.
Oh, it's an RPG. All right.
It's a good game. If you haven't played Dragon's Crown, get on it.
You're a fan?
I love Dragon's Crown.
It's not cross-buy with the Vita version because it's a remaster? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because it was a Plus game, right?
Yep.
And my Plus was lapsed when it was a Plus game, so I didn't get it. Goddamn.
What was the game they made before this? Muramasa, is that it?
I think you're right, yeah.
Muramasa Rebirth or something?
Yep.
Oh, now I feel bad. Forgotten Anne, PS4 digital. Fox and Forests, PS4 digital, out 5/17. Goner, PS4 digital. Hitman Definitive Edition, PS4 retail. I feel like this game came out 1,000 times, no?
No,
it's coming out because they partner with
Warner
Brothers.
This is kind of like a re-release.
Yeah,
interesting.
And they gotta make money, you know.
And it took out the season part of the name too.
Yeah,
because they might not do a season 2. It might be an actual full game release. I think that's why they're trying to kind of backtrack on the wording of season 1. Because if you go back and look, a lot of it was like season 1 of Hitman, and now it's like if they want to release a full game.
I think you could buy a copy of the game that's the exact same thing that just says complete first season or something. You know, complete season 1.
Yeah.
But they did it because they partner with Warner.
Yeah. For a new thing. Not the Horizon you're thinking of. Horizon Chase Turbo, PS4 digital. Little Witch Academia, Chamber of Time, PS4 digital. Magic Knight Grand Charion, PS4 digital. Monster Sliders, PS4 digital. Omen Sight, PS4 digital. Walden, a game, PS4 digital. This is an interesting one. I thought this was VR, but this takes you in Henry David Thoreau's classic book, Walden. It's like this, I think the genre was existentialism.
I remember reading that book.
In high school, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's like a very peaceful game. It's like one of those indie games that like transcend video games and like regular non-games can play it. Welcome to Hadwell, PS4 digital. And lastly, Wizard of Legend, PS4 digital. And also, Arctic Monkeys have a new album this week. And The Nanny is on PS Video. And also make sure to check out the Eastern NBA Finals.
Hold on, which Nanny are we talking about here?
The new one, I guess, 2018?
2018, The Nanny.
Okay.
Was there an old one?
I was thinking the old TV show with Fran Drescher.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that on the PlayStation Store?
Oh, the voice.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting thing to come out this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you have it. All the games. I guess highlights really Dragon's Crown Pro and Hitman. If you still haven't gotten it yet and want to support this new
go play Hitman.
Partnership.
I really loved that series of. I really liked the way it was done, where it was level based. It made each area kind of Okay, so let me put it this way: if that was all released at once, I would have burned right through it and would have been done with it. Because it was one at a time, I really soaked up each level and found everything you could do in it. And I really liked the way they did it. I thought they did it very well. People were kind of annoyed at first just because, why it's not a full game. I spent $50 and it's not the full thing. But once you kind of get over that,
it works for the style of game.
It was really cool. Exactly.
What was the time period between episodes?
I want to say like a month and a half. Maybe
okay,
a little,
so pretty close to
like
Telltale.
2 months. Yeah, like Telltale-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they also had non-episode DLC, like weekly missions and stuff, like they'd bring in just a smaller pack.
Contracts, I think they were called.
Yeah. Well, no, contracts were the things you can make with your friends. Like they were user-made.
Okay.
I think there were some pre-made ones as well. But yeah, the contracts were definitely the user-made stuff, which was pretty cool. Sorry, I was finishing something up on the dock. So, so that was everything you could play on Tuesday. But right now, so as I said in the beginning of the episode, this is our 1-year anniversary, and we want to do a couple things. Obviously, we wanted to have Kyle on. He's he's a big part of a lot of the communities that we are in outside of PS Best Friends, and so we thought it'd mean a lot to us to have him on. Kind of wrestling is pretty dope.
Yeah, wrestling's awesome.
I'm like full time back into WWE now because I kind of fell off.
I got
for
him
a
into
few
it again.
years.
So.
Thank you, Miguel.
I haven't missed a Raw or SmackDown in a while now. So
well, the last pay per view was bad, but
Backlash is terrible.
Yeah.
That could be like a whole bonus
that's a
episode.
discussion for
other than the first match, but
yeah.
For sure.
Seth Miz was good, but
talk about it later.
This is not a wrestling podcast. So what I wanted to do
or
now.
Is it?
I mean, we could throw it at the end if you want. I know Jake would like it. What I want to do now is I want to throw some shout outs to our past guests, and I apologize if I am missing any of them. I was very bad at listing some of our guests in the descriptions of the old episodes. What I was actually doing just now was looking at all our old episodes just to confirm. So I'm going to go through some of our previous guests. If we missed you, let us know. We'll give you a shout out next week. But I want to give a special thanks to Joel Campos. He was on episode 3, which was State of PS Now and Future of PSVR. Which those two things I think are kind of the same as they were when we had that episode.
Right,
yeah. Sadly.
49 episodes later and could still make that a topic of discussion.
Yeah, really. Which hopefully we'll hear something about PS Now at E3, but I doubt it.
Yeah, highly.
Episode 4, which was right around the same time of the year, was E3 predictions. My good buddy Henry Hallinan was on that episode with us. He filled in. I believe we had someone bail on us, so he stepped in valiantly. I thought that was a pretty good episode. We had a party chat episode, which is a series that we just didn't really have the means of keeping up with. Unfortunately, we had I believe 2 of them, and we had 4. 2 of them we had to kind of scrap last minute, unfortunately. But so Kevin Garaventa was on the first party chat that we had. He was he put us to shame with all his platinum trophies.
Yep.
So shout out to Kevin.
Yeah, he came on with like 100 plus.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he's you know what I love about Kevin is I see him on my friends list all the time, and he's just playing like random games, and it's like that's how you got to do it if you're getting that many platinums. So shout out to Kevin. Episode 6, and now this could be either 5 or 6, but I'm pretty sure it was 6. Backlog Slog, which it was pre E3, so we didn't have anything to talk about, so we were talking about our backlogs. And we had Bert Crane on that episode, and I thought Bert was great as well. He had a lot of good insight into actually, like, when we look at the doc now, or not the doc, the MPD numbers, and he made the statement that I still bring up every time we talk about where GTA 5 lands. Like, usually you can tell the kind of month that game sold based on where GTA 5 was, and Bert was the one that said that, and that still stuck with me. So
I still don't think I've beat either of the games I said I was going to beat in episode 6.
I definitely
did not. Rise of the Tomb
I,
Raider and Danganronpa 2.
I think I said Rise of the Tomb Raider and Bloodborne, and I didn't beat either of those. If I said Persona 4 Golden, I did beat that.
Nice.
Like 80-something hours later, but I did beat it. Episode 8 was Gamer Dad. This is a great episode with Landon Tyler Cook. Had him, and he had some great insight into talking about, dealing with having a kid and gaming, and that was a great episode.
Pretty much don't have kids, guys.
None of us have kids yet.
As an uncle to three girls, I feel him on that one. It's hard to have the time to play. I'm shocked I platinum God of War, to be totally honest.
You got to use those night hours, you know?
Yeah. Just shows you're good at time management. That's all. Now, this next one, Nate, I'm sorry, I don't remember what original episode you were on, but Nathan Hicks, my Star Wars podcast partner, Nate Hicks, you have been on the show a bunch of times. He filled in for Jeff when he was in Arizona, sending us pictures, pretending he was in Red Dead Redemption. Thank you, Nate. You're the best. I love you. I'll see you Thursday when we record the next Hello There episode. You still need to send me your track, by the way. I know this is afterwards, so you've already sent it to me, but it's fine. Next was episode 12. We talked about a game that's going... It's not going, and that's Lawbreakers.
We had this as the episode
gone.
Lawbreakers, Beta, and GameStop Drama.
Yeah, because I played it and I did the impressions, and I saw you guys on it. And like I said, it was going to be good for 2 weeks, and then it was done.
I made a great Photoshop thumbnail, too, of me and you. Like, I put our heads on the two guys in the photo, and then I put the logo in the center as the ball. That was episode 12.
Outlived Lawbreakers.
That's saying a lot. Yeah? That's saying a lot.
That's an achievement.
Yeah, so that episode was my beloved wife, Taylor. Thank you for being there with us. I love you very much. And then the final one that I could find, and again, if I am missing anyone, please, please, please let me know. I'm very sorry if I couldn't find it. I'm sorry that I was terrible at writing descriptions. But it was Party Chat 2, and that was with our good friends from Triangle Squared, another PlayStation podcast. That was Brett and Soul. It was a great episode. We talked a lot about Kingdom Hearts, and it made Jeff and Miguel irate, and I loved it. Let me know if you guys ever want to talk about Kingdom Hearts again. I am so down, especially with this pending announcement. But yeah, so that's all the guests we have had on so far, and then of course, Kyle Stephenson.
I'm in good company. Yeah, that's great.
It's a good crew, guys.
Yeah.
So now that we've got that mentioned, we want to move on to some questions from the BFs. So the first one comes from Jake Jericho, who has always been there with us. Now, I do want to give Jake a shout-out, too. We haven't had him on the podcast. We probably should at some point.
I think it's a time thing, because he's in London,
that's
right?
what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. We'll figure it out eventually. Maybe like, have some time off in the summer. Maybe we'll figure something out.
I'm hoping Jake goes by Double J.
Double J?
DJ. Maybe.
DJ,
that's a good question to ask him. JJ.
Double J, DJ.
Double J, yeah.
Double J.
DJ would be such an unnecessary stretch for that. Like
that's
like,
what I said.
I was
a
like,
long
DJ.
walk for a short drink of water.
Double J.
But thank you, Jake, for always being there for us. You're the best. We love you too. He says, just want to say a massive congratulations and a big thank you. You guys have helped me through tough times. Being able to have you three to listen to on a weekly basis has been a blessing. Keep up the good work. I look forward to another great year with you. We look forward to having you there with us, my guy. You're the best.
Thank you very much, honestly.
Thank you so much for sticking with us through all the trouble we've had with hosting issues where Podcast Garden was just totally borked for 2 weeks. And episodes where someone's audio was totally messed up, I had to re-upload it. And the one where we tried video and then it was just a total nightmare and that had to be re-uploaded. Thank you for sticking with us through everything. You're the best. And then, of course, Nate Hicks says, it's so awesome to see you all grow and still creating an awesome podcast a year later. So glad to be part of this community, and I look forward to the growth of the group going forward. Thank you for that, Nate. He also says, or asks rather, what are some things you guys want to do going forward with the channel/show? Side note, what are some of your favorite moments, if any, you could think of? So we want to start streaming a lot more on Facebook. And like we mentioned at the top of the show, it's a pain in the ass.
But it sucks.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So, but we want to start doing that.
Just streaming overall, not just on Facebook, but streaming overall.
As a personal goal for me, I want to do a lot more Facebook to get the people in the group kind of more involved as well. Because Twitch, you got to get people to go over there, and you have to post the link, hope people see it, hope people are available. Facebook, you can always you're scrolling by and you see it. Oh, cool, let me check it out. So I want to do that. Twitch, obviously, we want to work on as well. That's more for growing the podcast versus interacting with people we currently have. And then we've messed around with some side shows in the past. That's kind of, we still need to talk about stuff that we're working on. But what do you guys want to do with the show? And Kyle, do you have any recommendations? Because you have a podcast too, and I know you guys are going pretty well. Yeah, what do you guys think?
To
piggyback off that, I definitely want to start doing more video reviews. It's it's tough getting, because you either get a lot of gameplay or you don't get enough gameplay.
That's like, I tried to do before we actually started the podcast, I was trying to do my own thing, and I tried to do a Resident Evil 7 review, and I recorded like 100 gigabytes of video, and I was like, where the fuck do I go with this? I don't know what I'm looking for. I didn't bookmark it right. So yeah, it's tough. But yeah, I want to do that as well. The problem is, you're the only one that gets games in preview. So, but we do want to do that though. Maybe Jeff will spearhead that one.
Yeah, but otherwise, I'll just keep making consistent podcasts every week. Kyle,
I think we've only missed 1 week because of holiday. I think that was the only. We only missed one episode, and it was because of that.
But we're somehow going to be. Did we do 2 in a week or something? Because we're gonna hit on the first episode was the May 15th, right? May 16th.
Maybe we did a party chat instead of a normal episode. Yeah, I think that's what happened. We did something.
Either way,
something happened. It worked out. Whatever. Who remembers? I personally want to do more gameplay videos and put them on YouTube, which I have wanted to do, but like the games that I wanted to do before I played them, and then they were bad, like COD.
You did. You had a lot of stuff in mind for World War II, and then you're like, oh,
and then
shit.
The game it wasn't fun at the beginning. Now it's much better, but still, I don't know. In Fortnite, I was really hyped on Fortnite, and I should record a bunch when I was actually good at the game. Because now the kids are just trolling. I hate it. Because I don't like the shotguns, and then it's going to be pretty much me raging every video.
That'd be interesting.
Which, that wouldn't be bad, actually.
Would be entertaining, yeah. I was there when Miguel broke his headset.
I have warranty on the headset, alright? So I could break it as many times as I want to. I have warranty.
That's a good feeling when you know if he breaks, you're still good. You can just go to the store and get another one.
I think that's why he has like extra vigor when he throws it. It's like
when the Best Buy clerk says, "Do you want the warranty?" Miguel just looks and smiles.
It's like the Patrick staring meme.
Give it to me, Daddy.
Have you ever just gotten the warranty and then break it in front of their face and say, "Give me another one"?
I have thought about that one.
No, but
I even asked them.
He has gone in to trade in a game before a GameStop.
Oh yeah.
And then some other guy was like, "I'll give you $20." Oh no, someone else was trying to trade it in, and you're like, "I'll give you $20 for it." And the guy's like, "You can't do that in here." And he's like, "Let's go outside."
GameStop. I treat GameStop as my rental service.
That's a great.
7 days. Buy it or whatever, rent it for 7 days, and then return it. And a guy I was renting COD again, just because they made a bunch of changes, and I liked it. I was like, but I don't want to buy it for $60. And a guy came in with the game, trying to trade it, and he was getting like $22. And that was trading, like if store credit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll give you 20 cash right now.
And I actually pulled him Miguel last week because I went to go trade in Best Buy. I went to go trade in Far Cry 5 to Best Buy, and they only were accepting the Xbox SKU for some reason. The guy told me he's like, it's worth $0 for PlayStation. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go to GameStop. Yeah. And the guy turned around, he's like, you're selling it? What's wrong with it? I was like, I beat it, I just don't really care. He's like, but there's nothing wrong with it? I'm like, no, I just didn't really like it. He's like, I'll throw you $30. I was like, they're only giving me 24. He's like, whatever. He just threw me $30 and I walked out. I didn't even tell the guy at the entrance too that because they put the sticker on it when you bring stuff to trade in. I didn't even tell the guy at the door, so I hope he didn't get like.
They got stopped and they took it away.
Yeah, the Best Buy trade-in policies are real stupid. I tried to do that like when they first did it and first started the program.
They were okay at the beginning.
Well, I would show up and like, oh, did you buy it at Best Buy? Because we're only accepting games that you bought here. I was like, no. What kind of stupid ass rule is this?
I just think that
they
probably
really
didn't
ask you that?
They turned me away because I couldn't show a receipt that I paid for it there.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
So. I remember that. Huh, that's weird, actually.
As far as like stuff that I want to do for like my PlayStation podcast is and stuff that we've tried in the past, which I think would work great for you guys, is to do more stuff with the community, get them more involved, like we have a segment on our show, which is the Trophy Room. We every month when the PS Plus games get announced, I pick a trophy from each game to say, hey, go hunt, get them, share it with us on Twitter, and do all that stuff. But I think last month was Trackmania Turbo was one of the games. And I just threw it out there. I was like, hey, if you guys want to make a track for us to actually compete with, we'll stream it. Nobody did. Cool. Nobody did, but like that type of idea where community can like set challenges for us to like complete or something. I think that would be a cool thing for that podcast could do.
I think the Triangle Square guys do something similar too.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's a cool idea. That's a good thing to kind of think on. Think if we can maybe do our own interpretation or something like that.
Because the plus games themselves really like add a lot to any PlayStation community in the sense that it's like, this is a game everyone has. You know, if you have PlayStation, you now have this game.
Killing Floor 2, we streamed it on the kind of funny the Extra Life stream last year. We, and that's like we never
it was
would have
funny
because
a bunch of people were asking what game is this. It's like
I like to feel that a bunch of people downloaded that game, added to the library because of that.
And like something I still need to work on for my own personal stuff is just be consistent. Like you guys are clearly doing that every week. You're a year in, and if you're consistent, and you're having fun, then do it. That's the whole point, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then even talking about from that year podcast, what some of our favorite moments were. I got to say, one of my favorite moments / my favorite aspects of the podcast. I said this right before the show, but the name Islander part. I remember when we thought.
I love when I came up with that, and I was like,
when you threw it in the chat, we were just like, we had a Facebook group chat, and we were just like shooting off names, like how will we do instead of the Roper Report. I'm like, wow, that just works so good. It's
because on the surface, if you don't know what the story behind it is, you're like, okay, I'll just whatever.
It still sounds cool.
It's whatever. It's an inside joke, whatever. But I'll roll with it. I at least know what it is. And if you are a longtime listener, that probably means you were a PS I Love You listener, and you would know that Colin Moriarty was on PS I Love You and is from Long Island. So that's kind of where that inspiration came from.
But yeah, what about you guys? Any favorite moments? Laugh out loud.
I liked. So we have an additional podcast on this feed called Cocktail Hour. It features us three and then sometimes a guest. And I remember us arguing about what to call the first episode of Cocktail Hour, and none of us can agree on what to call it. And then I think I called it Arizona Fender Bender.
Oh yes.
Because you were in Arizona, and then you were talking about your vacation in Arizona. So whatever the episode before that was, that's the one Nate was on. And
so that wasn't
then
the first episode.
Miguel got into an accident, and I was like, we probably shouldn't like put like anything to do with like car crashes in the name. I was like, that's probably not quaint, or posh. So I was like Arizona Fender Bender, and then you guys both instantly were like, yes, that. So that was a funny memory.
Yes, that was good. That was a good name. Miguel?
I'm thinking, I don't...
Miguel doesn't remember a single... The whole year has been a blur to Miguel.
Actually, it has, but I remember what happened like 20 minutes ago.
We do a PlayStation podcast?
And that's what we do. I thought we were talking... I'm not going to say it.
We're talking Xbox.
We're talking wrestling, Miguel. This is a wrestling podcast.
There you go. It's a wrestling podcast. Welcome, guys.
I do have to say, Extra Life was fun
usually
for us,
the funny things that happen is when we're about to record or after we record and we're not recording anymore, so we can like put it out as bloopers.
Yeah, there was one blooper where it was like Jeffrey didn't realize I was still recording. He goes, "I'm gonna shit my pants," but like he says it so like seriously, like he doesn't know he's on camera.
Those are like funny that we should probably just keep recording just to later on like put them out. But
I've put a lot of bloopers in past shows.
Yeah, like at the end, I noticed that you put some in there.
Yeah, I do want to shout out to Extra Life. That was an awesome long amount of time. It was exhausting. Jeffrey had to take over at the end.
Siege pretty much for the whole time?
We were playing Siege. We played some Fortnite. I ate an entire box of candy bars because it was right after it was right after Halloween, and so I bought it was like one of those gigantic boxes where it's like 10 Reese's, 10 like Hershey bars, whatever. And it was on clearance, so I just bought the whole thing. Like I need to stay awake this night, so I grabbed a bunch of candy.
Jeez.
By the end of it, I thought I was gonna die, and I had 10 beers. I had it was like all like mixed and matched beers. I like harpoons and like dogfish heads and random shit. That was fun. And Jeff was doing something where he couldn't get on with us, and I was like, Jeff, what are you doing? I was away
that weekend, and then when I came back, it was
something where you're religion again, right?
I
was in Jersey.
I think I was like at some friend's college. But
oh, that's right.
When I did come back, I did like the day shift on Sunday, and I just played Destiny for about 8 hours, and it pretty much felt like a normal Sunday. Oh yeah,
your regular Sunday.
It's the normal grind, you know.
But being hosted on the Kind of Funny stream was awesome. We had a lot of cool people join us there. We had some people follow us from that too, which was pretty cool. And we filled in for, I guess, the slot after us had to bail, so we filled in for that slot too. So it was pretty cool. And Killing Floor 2 is fun. We should get back to playing that.
How much money did you guys end up getting or raising?
Not a lot. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy we raised what we raised.
Yeah.
I was just hoping that we actually had one of my wife's clients. She donated it to like just the general kind of extra life.
Oh yeah,
account.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it didn't reflect, but we did earn. That it was like $100.
Oh, cool.
And I told her, she felt bad. I was like, it's all going to charity.
Nah, as long as they donated it, that's the main focus.
That was cool.
100%.
You know what Miguel's favorite memory is beating the shit out of you every fucking week in game time until we started doing 20 questions. You did not win once against Miguel in the original game time.
I am so excited
for the Metacritic game time.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Speaking of game time.
Speaking of that, let's see if Miguel can stop me on this one.
It is time for Video Game 20 Questions. Shout out to GameScoop because that's where I got it from. If you don't know what 20 questions is, we get 20 questions, yes or no. And if we get it wrong before the 20th question, we don't get to use the remaining questions. Miguel picks the game this week. Kyle, go with the first question.
Ooh.
I feel like changing it now.
Oh,
Too much
no.
pressure.
All right, so let's just go straight with GameScoop. Was it released after the year 2000?
After the year 2000?
Yeah.
So meaning...
No way Miguel bought a game. No. You bought an old game?
We usually start with...
No?
It was not released after the year 2000.
No.
Whoa.
So it's an old game.
Okay.
It's an old game, boys.
Oh, no.
Because we usually start with, was it released before the launch of the PS4?
Yeah, but
this actually
has
not even more.
So fuck.
So...
yeah, I know, right?
I was hoping you guys answered that
question.
question.
That worked better.
It's not looking good, guys. Not looking good.
All right, do we want to narrow down console? There's no way he picked an 80s game, I don't think.
Yeah. Was it released on the PlayStation 1?
Was it released on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Is that your final question?
A final question.
Yes.
Ooh, a PS1 title.
Do we want to see, is it exclusive
No way you
to
just brought CTR.
1?
No way you brought CTR.
If you did CTR, I'm going to...
Too easy.
We need to do another one if
Okay.
it's CTR, isn't it?
Yeah, it's CTR.
Oh, shit.
Wow. 2 questions. 3 questions
Too
if you
easy,
count asking.
I mean, it doesn't even count. You guys know that's like my favorite game.
So why did you pick it?
PS1.
Do you have a real game?
Because you guys usually start with,
You're welcome.
Bad, you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, all right, cool.
When you asked that, I was like,
Pick another game quick so
wow.
Kyle can actually have a good game time.
Damn it, dude.
Or should we just go to the next person? We go to Anthony now.
No, he doesn't have a game. Give me a second.
I mean, I could look one up quick if you want. Unless Kyle wants to do one.
I'm doing that. Just talk about something. Talk about your day. How
the way I found Little Deviants is I literally just looked to the left and it was there.
You have the box for Little Deviants?
Once again, PlayStation Vita first edition. I got it a week early. I had the 3G Vita.
I had the 3G Vita. That doesn't mean I kept the boxes. That doesn't mean I kept all the launch games. First of all, they've all been plus games since.
So wait, when you bought the Vita, it came with a box Little Deviants with it?
It actually came in a huge box. That is actually my highest viewed video on Mr. Brawl 96 YouTube. My PS Vita unboxing because it was the first edition. It came in a big box. Inside the box is Little Deviants, the PS Vita case, and a 4 gig memory card. And in that box also is the box for the Vita, which is like the retail box for the standard one.
Yeah, my PSP came in the same way. I bought the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker camo bundle, and the PSP was in its own box inside of a bigger box.
Because they just shoved the old, the regular ones they have in the new promo stuff.
Right.
But all right, first question, back at it again.
Did this release before the launch of the PlayStation 4?
No.
So it's a PS4 game.
Ooh,
well,
okay.
PS4.
Oh, okay. I keep getting confused with this fucking question for whatever reason. I don't know why.
It launched before the PS4 launched.
It's not on the PS4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You always get confused with that fucking question. I don't know why.
Yeah, because we always ask it in a different, negative, positive.
It messes me up every time.
Should we ask if it was on the PS3 gen?
Was it on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii/Wii U generation?
No.
Oh, older. Okay.
Do we want to eliminate handhelds quick, just in case he's trying to mess with us?
I think that'd be good.
Fucking.
Was this on a portable or handheld platform?
No.
Oh, damn it. Should we take a step back, see PS2, John?
How many questions is that? 3?
That's 3. This is going to be your 4-1, the next one.
Should we ask PS2?
I'm just saying, you guys are keeping someone on the bench that pretty much won your first round.
Fair enough.
I'm just trying to think of a good question.
Should we jump back, see if it was in the PS2, John?
I think it's got to be PS2. Well, it could be.
He did PS1
earlier.
last time.
Yeah.
There's no way he picked Crash Bandicoot, is it?
Is this game on the PS2, Xbox, GameCube generation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Was this game exclusive to a console at launch? Hold up. Do you want to specify the at launch, or do we want to?
I don't think they did time stuff.
Well, Resident
Grand
Evil
Theft Auto,
4.
Resident Evil, yeah. Should we just say exclusive at launch?
I don't know if that will help me at all, but if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help.
Is it a PlayStation 2 exclusive?
It's a what? PlayStation exclusive?
PlayStation 2 exclusive.
And being ported to the PS4 doesn't count. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Like in its original
Like PS2, yeah.
No, it's not exclusive.
Not exclusive, multi-platform.
So
Okay.
that's fast.
Multi-platform.
Just to back up on one of your questions earlier, because I'm going through some stuff. This game was on the PS3 360 era too.
So it launched simultaneously?
I'm just saying it was, because that was your question. I'm just going back and telling you guys. It was on the PS3 and the 360 era too.
Okay.
Did it be a Metal Gear Solid game?
You guys know it came out for the PS2 and Xbox. And then it got either re-release or...
You're adding information that we didn't ask, so thanks.
Yeah, you guys asked for the PS3, and I said no.
Oh, okay.
And it should have been a yes, because the game was on the PS3. I'm just clarifying.
Okay, so it could be... Should we ask, has this game ever been put into a collection or remade?
I like the collection one.
Yeah, collection.
Has this game ever been put into a collection?
Yes. Ooh, I mean, I kind of gave you that answer already, but I'll take that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So it could be Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3.
Shadow.
Well, 2 or 2 or 3.
It could be every fucking one. It could be the
he's
God
saying
of War.
if it's on Xbox too, it can't be.
No,
Eco
it can't be
Shadow.
God of War because it's not exclusive to PlayStation.
It could be
Devil May Cry, Silent Hill,
Metal Gear Solid.
It could be a bunch of games actually. If you guys think about it.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, just think of bundles.
Zone of the Enders HD collection.
What? How many questions we at?
I think 5.
This is gonna be your 7th. The next one.
7th shit. Okay.
Should we try to go for genre? Or is it too early still?
No, I think we can. I think we could do that.
Or developer.
How good are we on our Blue Point remaster knowledge?
Ooh, not developer, publisher.
Well, I was gonna say because if we could narrow down if it was or wasn't a Blue Point game, that might help us. If
not
any
really.
of us
I
is
mean,
good.
the other week, remember, I totally fucked up. I thought Blue Point did way more games than they actually did.
Yeah, that's true. I think genre is okay. I mean, if we do Metal Gear, that'll like if we say stealth, that at least eliminates Metal Gear. But then there's still a lot of other collections. Fuck. Do we want to do Japan or?
Does this game have a unique game mechanic that's only in this game?
What franchise are you? Like,
I'm thinking Prince of Persia.
Oh, okay. Ooh. There was a collection for that?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, there was a collection. I had all 3 of them in there.
Now, you wouldn't consider
that
Metal Gear... That Metal Gear wouldn't count towards that description? Like, as a unique gameplay?
Well, I was thinking with Prince of Persia, like the
because of the time
rewinding
travel
time and
thing.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it can't be Blinks. I don't know, like... I want to say it's Metal Gear, but I know Miguel hates Metal Gear, so I don't know if he would pick it.
I don't hate it. Who said I hate it?
I just feel like why?
I don't like. I just like the new one. That's something else.
This wouldn't really help us, but I'm thinking, were there more than 2 games in the collection?
What does that narrow down?
I don't know.
Well, the only 2-game collection I can think of is Eco and Shadow.
And that was exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah.
What about
Devil May Cry is 2 and 3.
It wasn't 1, 2, 3?
Nope, it was just 2 and 3. And Silent Hill was also 2 and 3.
Were there more than 2 games in this collection?
Nice, you went with it. Well, actually, hold on. He's not even asking the collection.
No, it's not.
The game has been put in a collection. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you could say, has this game been...
All right, that's why I'm trying to focus on the 360 and PS3 versions of this game. Like, to try and narrow that, like, use that.
Nah, I think it might be better to
focus
focus
on
on the original versions of the game.
All right, so PS2.
But I guess if you do focus on the collection aspect a bit more. Should we ask the Japanese?
Could it be
American?
GTA?
I need a question, guys. I need a question.
Could it be like
We're gonna have all
GTA
night.
3, Vice City, and San Andreas?
Oh, was that it? No, that wasn't brought to
They were.
PlayStation.
Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't.
Oh, I don't know if they were brought to 360 PS3. That's the thing.
I
know they were brought to
playing
Xbox.
a couple of those games.
No, it was on PS3, but I don't know if it was ever boxed on PS3.
Oh, it was the PS2 classics on the store?
Yeah.
That's what it was. Shit.
I need a question, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on.
Is this game in a franchise with over 4 games?
4? I would go with 3. Go with 3.
Over 3 games.
I was almost going to say, like, should we just do, is this franchise still around?
See, but that still would leave us
So
with a
what's
lot
your
of those
question again?
franchises, though. Like, Devil May Cry is not really around
That's true.
yet, at least. Metal Gear's never going to be around again.
Is this game in a franchise with more than 3 games?
More than 3 games?
Yes. If it has 3 games, the answer would be no. If it has 4 games, the answer would be yes.
If it has a Vita game, if it has a PS,
to make sure.
if it has 3 PSP games, plus a prequel to the 5th game, plus a
Okay.
spin-off about a
does it
guy
have
with a
more
katana.
than? Is there the franchise have more than 3 games? Yes.
Okay, so it's not.
Metal Gear. Dun 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 dun.
Well, wait. Every game in a collection would have more than 3 games.
Metal Gear.
Was there a Kingdom Hearts game in the PS2 generation that was not on a PlayStation?
There is no
yeah, the
Kingdom
Game Boy
Hearts
one.
game on an Xbox console yet.
I'm just talking about like Nintendo, like DS or something.
There
There was Chain of Memories for. It was just Chain of Memories for Game Boy, and then.
Oh wait, well we asked
handheld.
handheld, and it was a no, right?
Yeah. Well,
Let's,
this specific game wasn't on
Need a
handheld, but it
question.
could. be
Is the
still.
publisher Japanese?
Question. I need a question.
is-
Miguel, is
publisher
the
Japanese?
publisher
Yes.
Japanese? They are?
That's still Devil May Cry and Metal Gear.
Oh,
You
God.
still haven't, like, everything was Japanese at that.
How many questions we have?
That could be no.
The next one's gonna be number 10.
Should we
okay,
ask if it's Konami?
I'm gonna say, is it a... Ooh, it could be a Castlevania game. Shit. Is it a Konami published game?
Yes.
Oh!
Is it a stealth game?
That's your next question.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So not Metal Gear.
Technically, no.
You wouldn't fuck around. Metal Gear is a stealth game, right?
Obviously.
No, it's not.
Nice.
So it could be... okay, Konami. I'm glad we got the Konami thing. Okay.
Okay. Silent Hill? It could be.
else did they make?
Capcom was
Think
Devil
about
May
it.
Cry, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Capcom was something.
Konami.
does-
Oh, Capcom was
is it
Mega
Zone of the
Man.
Enders? Are you gonna fuck me on that one?
No, there's only been 2 Zone of the Enders, I thought.
Good call. And that's why I asked that question
Is-
to eliminate Zone of the Enders.
Is this game a horror? Is it a horror game?
Yes.
Okay.
Has to be,
I don't
right?
know what. I don't know
It
which.
literally has to be. Oh, hold
Well,
on.
hold
wait.
on, but he wouldn't fuck around with Castlevania, would he?
No, it's Silent Hill 2 or 3. But now, which one?
See, I'm not good with Silent Hills. I was more a Resident
I'm
Evil
not
guy.
either.
I was a Resident Evil guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what characters were in, or like what locations were in either of the 2? Which one was the room?
4?
I think that was the Vita title.
No, that was. Fuck. So we got it to, at least we got it to Silent Hill. How many questions we have left?
Next one's gonna be 13.
When did Silent Hill 2 must have came out in what, 2004?
What? Okay, so-
before.
Made a question, guys.
Does the hold on? Should we ask like, does the number in the title have 3 letters in it?
No, we're not doing this shit. We already stated that we're not.
Oh my god! So we have it. We just don't know.
Because that's how I got one of the games before.
Well, yeah, I feel like I should know when they came out. When did 2 must have been an early PS2 game, and 3 must have been a late one, right?
Maybe.
The very
maybe
nature
not.
of numbers.
Come on, guys. I need a question.
Did 2 still have the guy that looked like Sean Bean?
I never played them.
You really gonna ask that?
All I know is the cover art. One of them were blue, one of them were green.
You don't remember which is which?
I think green might have been on the left side of the collection.
I have
I'm
no
looking
knowledge
at your
of
glasses,
Silent
bro.
Hill.
Alright. Don't be checking. Don't Google it.
Oh, if anything, you guys were looking at my glasses while I was looking at Guitar Hero.
That's what I'm
last week.
saying, man. I'm watching you guys move. You know?
I'm trying to think of my time as a GameStop employee, looking at the box art of the collections on the wall.
See, I have such a blank. Like, was 3 before Snake Eater? Like, was Silent Hill 3 before Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater?
It could be.
Fuck.
I'm trying to gather all my Silent Hill information.
Like, of course, the Resident Evil guy has to guess the Silent Hill question. Fuck.
Silent Hill things. Wow.
Watch, it's not even a Silent Hill game.
Well,
You
it
found
could
some,
have been
like,
another horror
random-
game. Do you want? Because we have that many questions, do you want to eliminate Castlevania?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay.
Are there vampires in the game?
Oh,
is
that's actually a good
Is
question.
Dracula in the game?
Damn it, you got to change it.
Yeah, because I think there fucking could be vampires in Silent Hill. I don't know.
Damn it.
Is Alucard
No.
Dracula? He's not.
Dracula,
It's in
no.
Silent
Damn it.
Hill.
Okay. Now, they didn't make
Dracula-
any weird random horror games, right? It's Silent Hill. It's Silent Hill.
It's two or 3. Yeah.
I think it's
Is
either
it?
3 or 4. I don't think it's. I think 2 was on.
No, I think 4
PlayStation
was
1.
on PS3.
It was.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I'm
Because I'm pretty sure I remember a kid that I knew getting it on.
Oh wait, no,
on-
that might be Devil May Cry 4 is what I'm thinking of.
That was on PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
actually
what
don't know what Silent Hill 4 was on.
Question. Need a question. Necesito una pregunta.
I think the only question we have left is going which number we're going with.
Yeah.
I think it's. There's no way to really narrow it down for me.
Did the game? I have it. Did the game come out before 2004?
So you're telling me if the game came out 2004, 5, 6, or whatever?
No, before
backwards.
2004.
Did the game come out before January 1st, 2004? Just look up the date.
Did it come out in January? Did it come out in December 31st, 2003, or earlier?
No.
So it was after
So-
2004.
So earlier.
It was earlier than 2004.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I keep messing up the question.
It must be
Whatever.
too.
Well, let's just.
buy it,
When,
go.
when you guys gotta remember when.
I got it. Was this the first game of this franchise on the console, on the PS2?
Oh, good question. Good question. Well, there was no other Silent Hills besides.
It was 2 or 3. So was it the first one
Yeah.
on the PS2, or was
So
it the
you're-
second one on the PS2? It's one of the others. So was this the first time we saw this, the first new entry on the PS2?
Yeah, I think it's a simply worded question. Well, what's the answer?
Yes.
So it's Silent Hill 2.
Is the game Silent Hill 2?
No. No, yes, it is.
Nice. Oh wow, a roller coaster right there.
Two wins. Two
Nice.
wins in one. Kyle is the
The
first.
first one doesn't even count.
Kyle is the first
someone
guest to have
spoiled
2
the fun
wins
for me.
on one episode.
Yeah, pick up 2-0.
Actually, I'm the only other one to have 2 wins in one episode when we did the special game time a couple
Actually,
weeks ago.
I do too, so.
Not in one episode.
Yeah. I have multiple wins in one episode, so.
I thought I was really gonna screw
When
you
I was
up.
going against Jeffrey, remember?
No, that doesn't count.
I
Talking
thought
it
about
counts.
20 questions.
I counted.
I really thought
I got like 4 of them in one fucking episode.
I really thought that you went God of War with the second one, and I thought I was gonna get it like within.
I know, I was
4
so
questions.
dead set on Metal Gear too.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
That
really
was-
didn't thought. If Jeffrey doesn't think about Silent Hill, you guys wouldn't have gotten it.
I think we would have got there eventually, I think.
You think so?
I think eventually. Because we were running out of
I
collections.
would have asked horror as the
And
genre.
the collection really messed me up. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
"God damn
got
it."
us, yeah. I was so dead set on Metal Gear, though. Great game time segment. Again, Kyle is the only other person other than me to have 2 wins in one episode in 20 questions. Miguel has beaten the shit out of Jeffrey in Metacritic game time. He did have 3 out of 4 wins in one episode. Jeffrey got a garbage time win.
Because I let him, I had to give him something.
Well, it was like the Vita one where like you just didn't know anything.
I had no clue.
That's a great one. Before we wrap up this episode, let's do something that we normally have done in the beginning with guests. But I guess Kyle, would you like to give us some of your PlayStation background?
Oh,
some of
probably because we jumped right into the news. Yeah, go ahead.
We gotta jump into it.
So my first experience with PlayStation was, my family could never afford a console when I was younger, so I would go to my aunt and uncle's house and see the old NES in their room, and I would play Mario forever. And then my friends at school were talking about this new system, the PlayStation, and I was like, "What is that?" I don't know. And that was back when Blockbuster was still a thing. So I would go to Blockbuster and remember how you could rent the whole system and bring it home in that hard carry case.
Yeah, you had to put down like 1.5 times amount down payment on it.
It was a lot of money
deposit,
and it was only for 3 days or something. It was shorter than a game. So I remember bringing it home and renting Crash with it and Croc. Do you remember the Croc game?
Oh, Legend of the Gobos.
Yeah. So the moment I popped it in, I instantly became a fan. And that Christmas, I ended up getting a PlayStation after begging forever for it. And I've been hooked ever since. I've gotten every console, PSP, Vita. I have a VR. I try to play as much first-party stuff as soon as they come out. I'm one of those early adopters.
You got the PS3 when they released?
That was another one where I had to work my ass off at my job and pick up more hours.
Did you get a second job like they told you to do?
No, I didn't. I just worked way too much for a high schooler kid.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't get a PS3 until a bit later. 360 was cheaper. B, all my friends were playing Halo 3, so
yeah.
That was the only generation that I wasn't kind of full steam ahead on PlayStation. I got an Xbox One first, and then once I kind of was transitioned to PlayStation, I haven't touched my Xbox except for
And when I got my PS3, I think that might be the best console. I've gotten games with it, the most fun I've had.
The bundle that you got it with?
Well, no, I had the bland regular PlayStation without a game.
Oh, you're just saying the game, the experience you had with it.
Yeah, right, so when I got that, I got Uncharted and Resistance.
Ooh,
nice.
One of each.
They're both two of my favorite franchises to this day. So yeah, I think that from then on, it's when I really, not that I didn't love games before, but that's when I was I could easily talk about them and play them all day long.
Okay, let me ask you, I know we're running a little long, but I do want to ask you, I've brought this up on the pod before. It might have been on the Triangle Squared episode, but I can't remember. The name PlayStation, what does it mean to you? Because I feel like a lot of us lose sight of what the actual name means. It is a station that you play games at.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first got a PS1 back in the day.
You asked the question and you answered. That's awesome.
I'm saying what is it what does it mean to you? What does PlayStation mean to you? That's basically what I'm asking.
Man, that's a hard question to answer. It's I can tell you the first thing that comes to mind when I hear PlayStation is the PS2 loading music. With the little blocks and cubes and stuff, and waiting, hopefully, that it reads the disc. The moment it turns on, you're so excited.
When you actually see the logo.
Yeah. To me,
so many times that SmackDown Just Bring It wouldn't load. Oh.
Yep. To me, it's my favorite form of entertainment. It's given me so many special experiences that I don't think I could find anywhere else. And that's why I'm loyal to PlayStation, and I'll continue to be loyal until they royally fuck up.
And they have fucked up in the past, and we're still here.
They have, exactly, so it can't be too bad.
Do you own any other console?
I have a Switch. I had a 360 at one point. But it's probably a really stupid and silly thing to say. I don't play my Switch that often because it does, because it doesn't have trophies. I'm a trophy man.
I feel like it was liberating with Zelda not having trophies, because then I could just do whatever I wanted. Whereas if there was trophies in Zelda, I wouldn't have got anything done.
The exact opposite. It makes me nervous because I have no record of this.
See, that's why I haven't beaten The Witcher, because it's I got a checklist of 8,000 things I got to do, and it's I get stressed and I don't do anything. Whereas Zelda, it's I'm free. I can do whatever I want. But then Mario, I wish there was trophies in Mario. So.
And plus, like, I'm a sucker for stories, and I feel PlayStation has a lot of good stories.
There's a lot of good indies on Switch.
Yeah.
I wish I Am Setsuna had come to Vita.
Sure.
But apparently the port in Japan ran like hot garbage, so I'd rather just play a good version on Switch.
Yeah.
But,
what is, Kyle, your favorite PlayStation game?
Last of Us.
Overall?
Great
overall, but I will say, if you would have asked me yesterday, I probably would have said God of War, the new one.
Really? So what changed?
It's just I go back and forth. Like it's.
Last of Us really is such a great game. It
is.
It transcends.
Stories are amazing too.
What's your favorite console? Like what? Like you can include PSP and Vita as well.
Yeah.
I mean Vita has to be. It's PS2,
and,
PS2 or Vita.
Go too.
PS2 or Vita.
The Go, specifically the Go.
Oh man, it's hard not to say PS2. I love the PS2 era. There were so many great RPGs,
games,
especially when I modded my console and then I was able to play games for $1. It was great.
There's something special about the PS2.
It was my first introduction into, because I was kind of young when like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 came out, and 10 was out on PS2 as well. But Kingdom Hearts, it was that perfect blend of, for someone my age at the time, like RPG elements and leveling up and grinding and
characters, like
that mixed with the Disney stuff, and it was just such a cool. It got me into like Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9 because I was like, oh, I know Squall, or well, he's Leon, but, or like I know Cloud, and so it was that Kingdom Hearts 2 I think is probably, that was my first PS2 game actually. We got a PS2 for Christmas. I got Kingdom Hearts 1. And my brother got whatever the first SmackDown game. I think it was SmackDown Just Bring It.
That sounds about right.
Whatever the first SmackDown on PS2 was.
Any of those games are better than the ones on.
Amen.
No, so.
Yeah, missed those days.
Yeah.
You can say about a lot of game franchises, like the Battlefronts are better.
Really with the WWE ones, though.
Oh, dude, it's not even close.
It's
so
funny
bad.
to me. It's crazy how the PS2 game had such a great single player, like creative mode story, and now it's hot garbage.
Okay, did you ever play Day of Reckoning on GameCube?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, how good was the intro creator?
It was
where
fantastic.
You can make your own intros and everything. It was so good.
Yeah.
After like what?
I mean, WWF No Mercy has an important place in my childhood as the only game my mom didn't let us play. My brother got it. I forgot how. My older brother.
After like 2 seconds?
She saw us playing it, and she took it and hit it, and then we never
I told you my mom did that with Vice City with my brother, right? And then my dad just went out and bought him a new copy like the next day.
That's fair. But no, since then I haven't played a wrestling game since No Mercy. And then honestly,
they robbed you, dude. They robbed you.
I know, right? I mean, we would sneak on some nights, like when they'd go out for dinner or something, and grab the game back down because we knew where it was.
It was so good.
But I would say my favorite console is PS3 for the reasons you said. It had Uncharted and Resistance.
You didn't have a PS1 or 2, I thought.
I know, exactly.
You said 3.
Yeah, no, so I said 3. So you could whatever. Yeah, I was a GameCube guy.
I love how
I was a Nintendo guy.
Because I skipped the start of the PS3 generation because it was too expensive. It's like I missed out on like all the trophies, like the early trophies, and so I have a lower trophy score than you. But I date way back like farther.
I only have the
than you.
highest trophy scores because I had GameFly. I got GameFly when I got my PS3 in 2009. So
like
I
try not to be bitter about it, but it's like my PlayStation.
No, I'm
goes
real
way
bitter.
Back.
When my PlayStation 3 died, it got the yellow light, and
I got one of those too, Don.
I never had one of those, but I did have a red ring.
I forgot my password, so I had to start a new. I had to create a new PSN. On my old one, I had 20-something platinums, so I would have my level.
And how many you got
higher.
on your new one?
Yeah, I have 25 with.
I mean, you got more than me.
50
So.
Then.
Yeah, with the other one, I would have over 50.
Oh.
But I feel like PlayStation, they are kind of, but they're not. I don't know. They are though. Like I was gonna say, investing in as many new IPs, as they used to be in the early weird PS3 era. But I guess they are with Horizon and Ghost of Tsushima. But I guess I don't know. I feel like that's. Later.
There's Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima. We got Days Gone. We got Detroit.
Death Stranding.
Spider-Man, technically, I guess maybe not. But
that's now though. Like back then,
we still even haven't played those games, so I don't know why you guys are bringing them up.
Well, they're new IPs.
They did have the single their own stuff. They haven't really aged well. Like Heavenly Sword, and Lair.
Dude, a lot of the games that if you go back, they haven't aged well just because
Where
of the
is
graphics.
Deep Down?
All right.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, there's no Heavenly Sword at the PS4's first couple of years. You know, it was all just continuations of these old series, which are great games. Don't get me wrong, but
did you forget Knack?
Yeah.
How? Okay, fuck everything I just said. Knack has been brought to the table. I know that's awesome. That's
Deep
cool
Down is
learning
just dead,
about
right? Deep Down
your
is just
PlayStation
dead.
background, Kyle.
Yeah.
But now let's expand on your PlayStation Now, and what are you working on podcast wise? Where can people find all that?
You have PlayStation Now?
No, I don't.
I realized right after I said that, I'm like, oh, that's a service, right?
I was like, are you gonna ask him what he thinks of PlayStation Now right now?
Let's go all the way back to the beginning.
So my PSN name is WhoDatNinja73, same as my Twitter name. I also I am a co-host on a PlayStation podcast myself. It's called The Trophy Room with Mr. Badbit. You can follow that show at PS Trophy Room on Twitter and Badbit Games on YouTube. And if you are a member of the Kind of Funny community, like many of us are, I think all of us are, that's how you guys got together, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we literally just jumped cold into this.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I did with mine, and mine's called Best Friends Talk Funny. I try to do it weekly, but life's kind of gotten in the way. So I bring a fellow best friend on, and we just talk about what got them into Kind of Funny. We talk about an old Game Over Greggy show topic, and we just hang out and let the community get to know a best friend a little bit better. And you can find that at BFS Talk Funny on Twitter, and it's on iTunes, Best Friends Talk Funny.
That sounds like a fucking awesome idea for a podcast.
Yeah, all three of you are welcome to come on anytime, whenever free.
Yeah, I was gonna say when can I apply? I would love to come
Yeah.
in on that. Just hang out.
No, yeah, that's an extremely cool podcast. I've been seeing you tweet about it and stuff, and I have it in my subscriptions as well.
Sweet.
I'm trying to add you on the app because for some reason we're not friends. I don't think. I follow you on like everything else. Like I have you on Twitter and everything. It's just for some reason just there.
Yeah, I
You
actually
need to have more than
that
20
ninja.
trophies, bro.
What was the number?
Trophies. He wouldn't accept me.
That would be a cool feature. Say like, people could only message me if they have 1,000 bronze.
How elitist would that be? Get out of here, you
like when you go to
I think
request to join like a group on Facebook and they ask you like preliminary questions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Dude, I tried joining like a dog picture group and it's like, how much do you love dogs? 200 word minimum. It's like, what?
I joined a Star Wars group the other day and it was like, it was asking me like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie and why? What character was in this scene of this movie and why? I'm like, what?
So
So
yeah, my trophy idea works.
Yeah. So this has been a very long, very action-packed, and excellent episode 51, an anniversary episode.
52.
We're glad 52. I'm sorry, 52.
52 weeks in a year.
Yeah. See, I lost count because it's been
our
so long.
first year.
First year. May 16th was 2017 was the first one, so that's gonna be the Wednesday, the day after this is posted. So on that day, go outside, scream PS Best Friends, and send us a video of that.
And by the way, the year 2 pass is going to be available starting next Tuesday for $39.99.
What do you get? How many
sorry,
classes do you
bad.
get?
You get 8 operators, but they come out sporadically, so you only get a week early access for each one. This has been episode 52 of PS Best Friends. Thank you for being with us. Jeffrey, would you like to do our Patreon shout-outs for the week before we wrap?
Yeah, Patreon shout-outs go to our Patreons that back us at patreon.com/psbestfriends. You could be one of those as well. Shouts out to Jake Malore, Nathaniel Hicks, and Jack Terzi. We appreciate your support immensely for this 1-year special.
And you could also find us on YouTube. We don't have a custom URL, so just search PS Best Friends in the search bar. You can also find us. Not yet. We're getting there.
It's the same thing. The search bar, the URL bar, you're typing in letters. Get out of here.
It's an extra step. We want to make it convenient. We want to make it convenient for our BFs.
No, I'm saying like YouTube. Get out.
You can also find us on podcast apps around the globe. We would greatly appreciate it if you can give us a 5-star rating on iTunes specifically. That would give us a huge boost on the top charts, which is going to get more people listening, which will also get more people in our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. You can also check out our Discord link, which is pinned to the top of that group, where we just have daily chats about whatever we want to talk about. Nate Hicks and Nathan Ulig post a lot of cool stuff in there, as well as Jake talks a lot about some games that I never play because, I don't know, like he talks about like what's it? Yakuza? That's like I can't do with Yakuza. So,
and then Javesh always dropping those even more Japanese titles.
Oh, random knowledge from Javesh. So shout out to Javesh too. He's been there this past year too. We didn't forget about you.
Yep.
So yeah, check that out. Thank you all for being with us. We will catch you all. Nope. Where can people find you guys?
PSN Brawl96, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Mr. Brawl96.
And Miguel.
People can find me at PlayStation Network, Dark Angel 1010. Don't add me for Fortnite anymore. I'm done with that game. Fuck the shotguns.
And you can find me at Anthony Palm on Twitter and the only X188 on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, and the only X188 #1470 on Blizzard if you want to play Hearthstone. Thank you all for watching / listening. We'll catch you all next week.